So I did a thing. I'm a pumpkin. So hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I've done my Halloween look. I've not actually done any Halloween looks yet on my YouTube channel or my Instagram actually. This will be the first for both. I've done like a few different techniques in this video. So I've done some shading work. I've finally managed to block out my eyebrow. It's not the greatest, but it's the first time it's actually worked, so there's always that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So in this video I do complete this look here, so if you want to see how I achieved this look then just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is block out my eyebrow. So to do this I'm just taking my Pritt Stick and literally rubbing it through my eyebrows backwards and forwards, making sure every hair is coated, and then just brushing all the hairs up. I'm applying a lot of pressure just to make sure they're like really stuck to my face. I'm then using my RCMA powder and a dry beauty blender, and I'm just really pushing the powder into my brows. Now this is just going to sit in any little gaps I have, just to create a nice smooth base for any products I use afterwards. Here I'm just taking a Q-tip and making sure that there's no like lumps of glue or anything. Now I'm just taking my KASH Beauty lip liner in the shade True Nude, and I'm just going to start sketching out the shape that I want. So I'm going to start drawing in any details and stuff so that I've got a nice plan of where the colours are going to go. Now the reason I'm using this one is because, as you can see here in a minute, I don't like the shape I've drawn, and because these lip liners are so creamy I can literally just wipe away any mistakes I make. Now I'm going to be going over with cream paints anyway, so it doesn't really matter about the lines that you can still see. So as you can see, I've drawn like a nice triangle for the eye, drawn a little triangle on my nose, and then for the lips I'm just drawing like little squares or rectangles all the way across, and then joining that to the bottom with like a slight arch, I guess you could say. It'll make a lot more sense when you can actually see me doing it. So now I'm going in with my iMagic 12 flash colour case, and I'm just making a nice orange, mixing the red and the yellow. There is like a peach in this palette, but I wanted a really bright orange, so I just kind of made my own. And then I'm taking a dry beauty blender and just patting that into the skin and making sure to really push this product in just so that it's all nice and smooth. And then I'm going in with the black and like a square brush. This is actually a paintbrush I got from the Works. It was in like a set that I bought. But it's just perfect for doing this because, like I said, it's nice and square, so it's going to make doing the lips really easy, but then also getting these lines on the triangles nice and smooth. And then here I'm just packing all the black shade into the triangle that I've made. I'm being very careful to push it over my eyebrows, not rub it, because I don't want it to disrupt the glue. So making sure to push down above my eyebrows. And then I'm just going to go in and set the orange. I was meant to do this before I put the black down, but it doesn't matter, it's fine. I'm now just filling in my nose, so doing the same thing as I did with the eye, just packing the black on in there. Now this we're meant to start as a little triangle, but then I kind of would just like making one side wider and then the other side wider and the other side wider, so it ended up being quite a big triangle, but I don't mind, I still quite like it. Now for the mouth, I'm just kind of letting the brush shape do a lot of the work. So because it is such a square brush, I am kind of just using that to print the square onto my mouth, I guess you could say. But then I did want it a bit wider, so it's kind of like 1.5 or 2 pieces. I am purposefully not being as perfect as possible with this because I know if I tried to make it perfect, it would have just stressed me to death. So I know it's not even. I kind of was hoping for it not to be even, but I really like how it turned out. I'm just literally filling in the lines that I drew earlier. For some reason, I've lost the footage of the bottom half, but I'm literally just using the same technique in stamping it on. But yeah, here I'm just going in with a detail brush and just neatening up the edges. And then just taking my KASH Beauty Secret Treasures palette and the black shade, and I'm just using this to kind of set the black paint. I didn't want to put the paint too close to my actual eye, so I'm just using eyeshadow and my Body Shop Velvet Gel Pen eyeliner to go really close to my eye. And then I'm going to start doing the pumpkin mark, so I'm going to use the shade Fade from my Secret Treasure palette, and I'm just going to start shading in some of those details. So I'm just taking like a round but flat brush, and I'm just adding a little bit of that shade at a time, and then blending it out with my finger if it needs it. I feel like this is what really brings this look together, so I'm going around the outline of like where the pumpkin effect meets my actual skin, and I'm just kind of creating like a cracked effect. Originally I was just going to go for like this organic weird shape, but I changed my mind. So I'm just kind of not zigzagging, but kind of zigzagging the general shape that I want. And I'm just using the black face paint to do that. So now I'm just neatening up the edges, so going in with a small detail brush with the orange paint on just to fill the bits that were outside of the cracks, and then using some makeup remover and a Q-tip to get rid of the orange that is over the line. So now I'm going to move on to like my normal side, so I've just done my eyebrow, and then I'm just adding some concealer. So this is the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just kind of putting this everywhere, to be honest. So originally I was just going to like highlight my main points with it, but then I decided to just use this as a foundation and put it everywhere. So I'm just using a detail brush after that, just to go a bit close to the edges where I couldn't really get to them with my beauty blender. So I'm just kind of smudging that out away from the line. I am going to add shading later, so it doesn't really make too much difference. I'm just setting all that with my powder. And then for the eye look, I didn't want to go too heavy, so I just kind of did a nice simple wing using my Body Shop Skinny Thin Felt eyeliner. It's like a proper tongue twister. I struggle to say that every time. I'm then going in with my Rechoo, I'll link them below, eyeliners, and I'm just going to use the orange shade, and I'm just doing a very small line across the edge of my wing. I feel like this just really tied in the eye look. It was just a small detail that really brought the look together. And then for mascara, I'm going in with my Happy Go Lash from Body Shop. Just coating my top and bottom lashes with that. Now going back in with Forbidden from KASH Beauty palette and angled brush, I'm just going to start shading around the edges of the pumpkin side. Now when doing this, we're just kind of smudging the face paint down, which I didn't really mind because it helped blend it together nicely, but I could have probably done this without the eyeshadow, to be fair. So I'm just kind of choosing a light source. Mine was from like the top right of the screen, and shading all the bits that would then be in shadow from that light source. So now for some of the final details, I'm just going back in with the detail brush and the black face paint, and just kind of making the cracks more prominent. I feel like these kind of details just make it look so much better and really take that extra step. So I'm just kind of making random lines in slightly different directions, but all kind of in a similar direction. And I feel like this just adds so much depth. I absolutely love like the effect this gives. And for highlighter, I'm using the Revolution Pro highlighter reloaded in Golden Lights, and I'm just highlighting the places I'd normally highlight on the normal side, and then in similar places on the pumpkin side as well, so just my chin and my cheekbones. But then I also do this. So in the middle of each two lines, I'm just adding a bit of highlighter just to kind of bring the middle of each section forward a little bit. I feel like this is one of those details where when it catches the light, it just makes the look so much better. But yes, I'm just going in and doing my inner corner and things, and this is the finished look. So yeah, I don't know if this turned out better or worse than I expected, but this is the final look. So yeah, I mean, I'm not annoyed about it. Probably could have been a bit better, but for a first attempt with like proper face paint kind of stuff, and I'm gonna say I didn't do too bad a job. I'm rather chuffed. I think like putting that little bit of orange liner on there is just like one of those teeny details that just kind of brings everything together really nicely. I quite like it. I'm not mad about it. That'll do for me. This has probably been quite a long video. I feel like I've been filming forever, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and also hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.